So if you have been paying attention to this channel, I have been opening Star Trek Innerspace toys. The reason is because I want to build sets at this scale. I'd love to do a full-scale build, but until I get a lot more subs and monetization, this is not going to happen. So for now, I will do this scale. Also, when I was younger, Star Wars had a series called Action Fleet at this scale. Something that they have now picked up with the modern Micro Galaxy Squadron. I'd love it if Playmate picked Star Trek up again, but with me in charge, I'd make the best toys possible, since the Innerspace sets do compromise with scale. As the title said, this list covers the TNG release. There were 2 non-Star Trek related and 2 for DS9 that I will briefly mention at the end. I am also holding back one set that is not TNG related because it is from an upcoming video, the next video I am releasing on this channel. So we begin with the 4 box sets. The first one was the Enterprise D that turns into the Enterprise Bridge and 10 forward. It is easy to think of it as the Enterprise that opens up to show an internal bridge, but as you will see with the rest of the sets, it is supposed to transform from one thing into another. This set just happens to go from the Enterprise to the Bridge set. This set comes with a small shuttlecraft and 3 action figures, Picard wearing a vest, Data, and Riker. As I said before, the Bridge is not to scale. This one takes place at any point in the Star Trek timeline. Next up is the Type 2 phaser. It comes with Data, Worf, and Q. The set seems to depict some sort of landing party. I do not recognize the set to any episode. With Q, it could be some sort of illusion or test Q is making. Next up, we have the medical tricorder that transforms into sickbay. This set is the only one that has Dr. Crusher, making it a must-have. But it also comes with LaForge and the cutest of Borg. That places the set as taking place in Best of Both Worlds 2. The next set was a comm badge that turns into a working transporter room. It comes with Data and a battle-damaged Riker. This could represent any number of moments in Star Trek. Although it could be any moment, it would fit well with Q-Who. It just needs Worf to complete the landing party. So now we move on to the blister pack. The first one to cover is the Ferengi Marauder. This one comes with Picard and Ferengi. That would place this with Bloodlines. Picard is abducted at the end. I wish it was Luoxana Troi, not only giving us that figure, but then it would place this as a set during Menage a Troi. USS Stargazer is next with Picard and Q. Q is a little odd since he is not even in the episode with the Stargazer. Bach would have been smarter since he and Picard were on the ship together. Although I would rather have had Tasha Yar giving us her figure, especially since one might think that the previous set should have had Bach. It is the only set with Picard in normal uniform. The closest Q will ever get to the Stargazer was Season 2 Picard, but he never even stepped foot on the ship. Plus, that was apparently a refit of this ship. Our next ship is labeled the Excelsior class ship. It comes with Riker and LaForge. Unfortunately, it is labeled as the Hood instead of the Excalibur. That would have dated it to Redemption 2. In that episode, Riker and LaForge are transferred to the Excalibur. Riker did serve on the Hood before the Enterprise, and there is some hint that LaForge did too. Shuttlecraft Goddard. It comes with 1 LaForge and Troi figures. As far as I can remember, there is no episode where these 2 shared a shuttlecraft. I would love it if it came with Scotty instead of Troi, to reference relics. It seems like a good idea since this episode is really about those 2 and they give the Goddard to Scotty at the end. But then we wouldn't have a Troi figure as this is the only set with her. This is my favorite set as it is the most screen accurate, even over the bridge set. Next up, Borg Cube. It comes with a Borg and Picard wearing a vest. A lot of sets feature Picard. You'd think this set comes with Locutus of Borg, but no, just Picard. I would seem to place this set during Best of Both Worlds Part 1 when they initially abducted Picard. Klingon Bird of Prey. It comes with Worf and Gowron. I happen to have the figures, but not the ship. That would seem to date this ship to Redemption 1, when Worf was trying to appeal to Gowron for a return of his honor. But then they were attacked. It would have been nice to get Larsen B'Etor, except this is the only ship with Gowron. And for the last of the TNG sets, we have the Romulan Bird of Prey. It comes with Sela and Picard dressed up as a Romulan. The figures do seem to peg it as a unification set, although at no point were these two on board a Bird of Prey. There are two DS9 sets too, the Cardassian Galore class ship with Gul Dukat and Odo, and the Defiant with Sisko and Worf. And that is all the sets I have for this video. My next unboxing video will be the one set I left off this list. I'll leave a link to that video if you want to see that set. It is a very unique set. Thanks for watching.